Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're discussing about Fallout 76. Now, if you haven't heard the news, Bethesda the other day on the 29th of May, they teased a new Fallout game, you know, with a tweet, and it said please stand by, and it had the please stand by like logo screen, I guess you could say. And the exact same thing happened when they were announcing Fallout 4. So people instantly knew that this was going to be something to do with Fallout straight away if it wasn't obvious enough. But then they did a live stream for about 12 hours or so, maybe even more. I watched most of it, I'm not going to lie. I did go to bed after a while because nothing was really happening after a certain point. So I just called it a day there, but I went back on it in the morning and I saw the reveal where Todd Howard comes up and says, has it been long enough? And then it gets revealed. Now, the thing that got revealed shocked a lot of people, and that's what we're going to discuss today, of course. Fallout 76, and that's going to take some getting used to. I've already called it 67 multiple times. It's just 67 sounds like it is easier to pronounce than 76, I don't know. So I keep calling it 67, but anyway, Fallout 76. Now, they did release a teaser trailer, and they did say to expect more at this year's E3, which is of course on the 10th for Bethesda, of course. And we're going to see more of this game. Now, a lot of people are concerned with this game because, according to leaks from Kotaku and all that, apparently this is going to be like Rust or DayZ, a game like that. And I can see why people don't want that. But at the same time, I think they do need to change the Fallout series a little bit, because if they just release a game exactly the same like Fallout 4, everyone's just going to go, oh, it's just Fallout 4 again. And not a lot of people liked Fallout 4. Personally, I love Fallout 4, I'm not going to lie, because it was my first Fallout game, believe it or not. It was my first Fallout game. So then I played the other Fallout games, and I realised Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3 and Fallout 1 are great games also, but I still love Fallout 4 because it was my first Fallout game, I'm not gonna lie. The only main Fallout game I haven't played was Fallout 2. Of course, there's Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel, but they're not considered canon really. So I've played most of the games, to be honest. And in this reveal trailer, the first thing that you see is you know how they do the pan out shots every time in a Fallout trailer? Well, it was like the two Nixie tube things, I think they're called, and everyone instantly thought Fallout 3 Remastered. I did as well, because it's very similar to how Fallout 3 starts. But as it pans out, you see it's a Pip-Boy 2000 model, which is the one used in Fallout 1 and 2. So then I instantly went on to Fallout 1, and the Pip-Boy is very similar. Of course, it's just a 2D image on Fallout 1, but it's great to see how Bethesda have changed it to a 3D image like the Pip-Boy 3000 we get in Fallout 4. It's amazing, and I really hope that Bethesda decide to do a collector's edition of this Pip-Boy, because it'd be amazing. I already have the Fallout 4 one, and then I have the Fallout 76 one, or the 2000 model. Would be amazing, just having two Pip-Boys, one the 2000, one the 3000. I couldn't imagine that. It'd be incredible. But anyway, as it pans out, we find out we're inside a vault. Vault 76 to be more specific. And of course, no one's around. That's the first thing we notice. No one is around because it's Reclamation Day. And this is the day that all the vault dwellers go out into the open world, of course. Now, I have yet to mention where this game takes place, and the song is giving it away to me personally. The song says West Virginia multiple times, and that kind of hints to me that this game's going to be set in West Virginia. You know how Fallout 4 was set in Boston? This game is going to be set in West Virginia. I don't think they'd pick that song if it wasn't set in West Virginia. It just wouldn't make sense. But as I was saying, you don't see anyone in this vault because it's Reclamation Day, apart from one person. And that person, I do believe, is our protagonist here. Now, of course, the vault suit that they wear is completely different to the one we got in Fallout 4. It looks a lot more basic, and I guess, old school, which would make sense because this Fallout is the earliest in the timeline of the games, believe it or not. This one takes only 25 years after the bombs fell, so 25 years after the Great War basically, which is the earliest we've ever been, apart from the Fallout 4 introduction, which you know takes place in the pre-war. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting story because the Brotherhood of Steel, the Institute, the Enclave, none of them were formed like when this game takes place. So it's going to be very interesting. I think Bethesda have got a lot of opportunity here to make something new because there's not a lot of lore surrounding Vault 76 and West Virginia. Of course there is some in Fallout 3, of course, in the Citadel. On one of the terminals you can find information about Vault 76, and in the Mothership Zeta DLC you can find a recording from a guy who works at Vault-Tec and he talks about Vault 76. But apart from that, there's not much more information on it. And it's also mentioned in the start of Fallout 4, I almost forgot to mention that, when the guy on the TV is going on about nuclear detonation and all that, he does mention Vault 76. So the answer here was always there, but no one really noticed. The answer to the next Fallout game, the reveal of the next Fallout game, a tease of the next Fallout game, was right under our noses, but no one noticed. Of course now it seems quite obvious, but back then no one noticed, and that brings up the question, with the next Fallout game, is it going to be hidden in, I don't know, Fallout 76? Is the next Fallout game going to be hidden in Fallout 76? Possibly, because they've been doing this quite often now. They did the same with Fallout 4, I do believe, with a lot of lore on the Institute, the Railroad, and of course Boston. So yeah, this video, I just want to clarify that information. So that information is official, most of it, not all of it, but most of it. Now let's go back to what I was mentioning earlier with the Kotaku guy. He said the game is going to be like Rust and DayZ, and it's going to be a survival game, and you're going to be disappointed because it's not a RPG like all the other Fallout games. And that kind of does worry me, to be honest, but I'm not that worried. I feel like Bethesda can do a really good job at pulling something off here, at creating a great Fallout game. They have a lot of opportunity because, of course, it's a new area that we've never discovered before. It could be amazing, or it could also be a fail, but I have hope in them. I believe that this is going to be a great game. I believe that they saw the mistakes of Fallout 4 and they want to improve upon those mistakes. Of course, there is going to be a workshop mode. It's kind of obvious at this point with the leaks and all that, and I just hope they don't make it the main part of the game. That's what the leaks are saying, but I don't really want to believe in the leaks, to be honest, because most of the time leaks turn out to be false. And I know this guy has leaked things in the past which are true, but I really don't want to believe in this, I'm not gonna lie, because I want my Fallout game. I want a proper Fallout game like everyone else. But if we get something slightly different, and of course I haven't even mentioned that it's possibly multiplayer. I don't think it's an MMO. I just think if it's multiplayer, it'd be like co-op, kind of like on Far Cry 5, how you can have two people. Something like that, I hope. I wouldn't really mind that. That'd actually be quite fun. But I don't want anything past that. I don't want a full-on competitive Fallout game, because you know that's not what they're asking for. And Bethesda did make this video a while back talking about how they only make single player games, and they're here for us to make single player games because the rest of the industry are just carry on with multiplayer games, and Bethesda said that they were going to carry on with single player games. So you know, I have hope in them. So let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think of Fallout 76? And again, that's going to take some getting used to. I got it right that time, so you can give me a like for that, and that'd be very much appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the next Fallout 76 video. I'll be posting a lot more on the game, and also expect some Crew 2 gameplay very soon also. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.